advisory opinions on how to comply with regulations, helping businesses before they're ever assessed costly fees, fines, and penalties. Fourth, independent office of the repealer enabling legislation, which would create new opportunities to review existing regulations and implements that 2 out, 1 in standard for new rules. With a diverse workforce and abundant natural resource supply, PA can be a place where businesses come to grow, to thrive, and to be part of our communities. But the massive and overly burdensome regulatory state is a large impediment to attaining that goal. I'm Ashley Klingon-Smith, State Director with Americans for Prosperity. Find us on Facebook by searching at PAAFP and on Twitter by searching at AFP Pennsylvania.
And the 2021 Pennsylvania Leadership Conference is rapidly approaching. After being virtual last year, an in-person conference will be held June 11 and 12 at the Radisson Penn Harris Convention Center in Camp Hill. The Pennsylvania Leadership Conference is the premier gathering of conservative activists each year here in the Keystone State. This year's featured speakers will be Jesse Waters, host of Waters World on the Fox News Channel, Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz, along with John Gizzi of Newsmax. Complete information and registration for the 2021 Pennsylvania Leadership Conference can be found at paleadershipconference.org. If you miss hearing Lincoln Radio Journal on your favorite radio station, audio of our complete program is available on our websites, LincolnRadioJournal.com and LincolnInstitute.org. The Lincoln Radio Journal is produced weekly by the Lincoln Institute of Public Opinion Research, Incorporated. The Lincoln Institute is completely funded through the generosity of individuals, corporations, and philanthropic foundations, including the Allegheny Foundation of Pittsburgh, the Houston Foundation of Coatesville, and the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association, all of whom have helped to underwrite the cost of this program. Lincoln Radio Journal is a trademark of the Lincoln Institute of Public Opinion Research, Incorporated. Comments and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Lincoln Institute or of this radio station. From the Lincoln Broadcast Center in Harrisburg, I'm Loman Henry. Thank you for listening to Pennsylvania's most widely broadcast public affairs radio program, Lincoln Radio Journal. Plug into the pulse of Pennsylvania.
Recorded for playback at this time. The opinions in this program not necessarily those of WMBS, the Lincoln Radio Journal, every Monday afternoon at 3:15 on WMBS for a local station, where it's almost time for high school baseball on this Monday afternoon. We have another C. Arborado Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame in a few moments, and the first pitch at 4, the Golden Lions of Greensburg-Salem and the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands. That's on the way next on WMBS.
This is Mike Bartok, your Democratic candidate for Fayette County Jury Commissioner. I've spent my whole life in Fayette County. A Laurel Highlands graduate and owner of Bartok's Hauling and Backhoe Service, I currently serve on the Fayette County Career and Technology Board. Vote for me, Mike Bartok, your Fayette County Jury Commissioner.
It's time for another C. Arborado Group High School Sports Day, coverage of high school baseball here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, being brought to you by Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, the Uniontown Hospital, Ted Silva & Son Auto and Fender Repair, Patrick Livingston for North Union Township Supervisor, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Jimmy Johns in Uniontown, Ford of Uniontown, Shop and Save in Uniontown, M&R Transit, Potter's Bar and Grill, System Pre-Owned, the Radcliffe Law Firm, Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Stewart Collision, the C. Harper Auto Group, South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer, General Dentist Dr. Wietek, Russ Blaho, your local Allstate insurance agent, North Union Township Supervisor Curtis Matthews, Peachin's Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market, Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapist Jim Burns, Casey Sports Cafe, and by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
From Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school baseball action here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live this afternoon as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 6-3 overall, 4-2 out of Section 3 in 4A play, coached by Scott DeBerry in his 8th year. Host the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. The Golden Lions sit at 2-8 overall, 2-6 in conference play. Bill Wisniewski, the head coach of the Golden Lions of Greensburg-Salem. Brian Morozak along with Zach Harley, Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios, and Jerry Dupay behind the camera. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. And Zach, Laurel Highlands coming off a split with Belle Vernon last week, but felt like they could have had a sweep after a close 5-4 setback on Tuesday night that featured the Mustangs hitting into 2 double plays, a controversial call on a Jace Hampy hit in the second inning, and 6 straight hits in the 6th and 7th inning. They were broken up by 2 Mustangs getting picked off, and when you lose by 1, that's a lot to swallow.
Yeah, that's tough to swallow there, especially with a bunch of errors. And, take out those errors. That's how this Laurel Highlands team is going to win ball games. I know they got picked off a few times, a few, ill-timed double plays there. But, look, there's 10 guys on this team right now that have a batting average over 300. If they can just keep the mental errors to a minimum, they can bounce right back from that.
Greensburg-Salem might be 2-8 overall, but they already have conference wins over Elizabeth Forward and Ringgold. It really have to be taken seriously this afternoon, considering the fact they handed Elizabeth Forward their only conference loss of the season.
Well, teams show up in different ways, and a big part of it has been Hayden Teska, the catcher, batting .357 right now. He's come up in big situations. He's got 10 hits, 7 runs, 3 RBI. So if he can get going, a few guys on this team can get going, they can make a real run as we get real close to playoff time here.
Pitching matchup this afternoon, Joe Chambers on the hill for Laurel Highlands. He's 1-1 with a 6.39 ERA. Braden Marichko to start for Greensburg-Salem. He's 0-2 with a 9.95 ERA. So both these guys, Zach, have been touched up a little bit so far this season, but they'll look to buckle down and get together a good performance this afternoon.
Yeah, both of them can either go one of 2 ways here for both these guys. They both come in with ERAs over 7 on the year. So, if you get cruising early, and especially in high school baseball, you can take over a game real quick. But on the flip side of that, if you give up a few runs in that first couple innings there, it's going to be rough, and you might see a bunch of Kirk numbers up there come the 4th inning.
We'll talk to Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry when our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMS for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is for tax, title fees, and first payment. Residence fee restrictions apply while supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulesinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, in cooperation with the Fayette County Vaccine Task Force, has established a phone number for direct vaccine scheduling. Fayette County residents that would like or need a vaccine can now call 724-430-3900 between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Residents will be scheduled at clinics offered by providers across the county, including clinics operated by WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. When the call center is closed, residents are encouraged to visit FayetteCountyPA.org to complete individual registration. Registrations will be sent to a call bank, and calls will be returned within 72 hours. Again, to schedule your COVID-19 vaccine, call 724-430-3900. That's 724-430-3900 between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, or visit FayetteCountyPA.org to complete registration. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital COVID-19 vaccine clinic is located inside the Uniontown Mall inside the former Burlington Coat Factory. WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, the new us, here for you.
Democrats and Republicans vote for experience. Re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor. Kurt will continue to vote no to increase your taxes in North Union. He'll continue to secure funding to improve infrastructure, continue developing and improving recreation areas, and expanding the sheepskin trail. Kurt Matthews will continue to work as a team with his fellow supervisors and for all residents of North Union Township, Democrat or Republican. Vote for Curtis Matthews, the most qualified, experienced, and dedicated candidate.
Paid for by the Friends to re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor.
Brian Rozak back on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. High school baseball action on WMBS this afternoon. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting Greensburg-Salem in a Section 3 4A matchup. Being joined by Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry. And Scott, you lost your last conference game Tuesday night at Bell Vernon by a score of 5-4. It was a game you certainly could have won. You had a controversial call in the second inning where Jace Hampy appeared to be safe by about a step and a half. He was called out. You hit into 2 double plays. Actually had a period of 6 straight hits between the 6th and 7th inning, but you had 2 runners picked off, and just overall a tough night on Tuesday down in Ross Traver Township.
Yeah, it was, to be honest with you, it's been one of the toughest losses that I've tried to get over since I've been here. I thought we battled and clawed all night to get back in the game, and then once we took the lead, I thought, here's our opportunity to put the game away, and it just didn't work out like that. If you're a fan, great game to watch. If you're a coach, not so much.
Well, you get back at it this afternoon against Greensburg-Salem. They might sit at 2-8 overall, but they split their last conference series against Ringgold, and I think a team you certainly have to take seriously.
Oh, they have, and I hope our kids realize that every game that you play, especially in the section, that you have to come ready to play. And I'm not really going to make excuses for them, but I don't think they came ready to play down at Bell Vernon, thinking that it was going to be the same game as it was the day before. When you play back-to-back, you just have no idea. It's just 2 different ball games.
I think you're still going to have some chances to win the conference championship down the stretch. Bell Vernon shut down again due to some COVID issues. They might get backlogged on games here during the stretch run. And if your Mustangs take care of business, you might find yourself still at the top of the section when all is said and done.
I agree. I told them we have 6 section games left. We need to win all 6 of them. Today is game number 1. In those 6 that we have to come and take care of business. If we take care of what we have to do, then, like you said, they're going to battle it out. And recent history shows that there have been a lot of splits. And if that's really what we can hope for, is if that happens. And if we take care of our own, it separates us a little bit from one of the other teams.
What are your pitching plans today?
We're going with Joe Chambers.
Are you coming back with Nick Kumar tomorrow?
Nick will come back tomorrow, yes.
Coach, thanks again for your time. Best of luck against Greensburg-Salem. We'll see you out there.
Okay, thanks.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry. The Mustangs hosting Greensburg-Salem. High school baseball action this afternoon here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live. We'll set the batting lineup for Greensburg-Salem and the defense for Laurel Highlands right after this.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in. And you'll see there's a whole new sport for you and me. So why not drive a Ford again with a lineup of new products leading the way, like the all-new Bronco and Bronco Sport, with standard class-leading technology like pre-collision assist, blind spot monitoring, and lane-keeping assist in 4 different models, and class-leading ground clearance over any of our competitors. The auto industry is changing daily. New and pre-owned inventory is at an all-time low. That means your trade-in is worth more than ever. And if you're looking to sell your car or truck, we may be able to help. Come in and see the complete line of trucks, SUVs, and Mustangs at Ford of Uniontown, a 5-time President Award-winning dealer. Top of the hill across from Applebee's. 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Here's Zach with our lineup.
For the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions, leading off in center field, number 12, Dylan Sarsfield, the second batter, playing shortstop today, wearing number 11, Jacob Smith. Batting third, the left fielder, Owen Tutich. The cleanup hitter, Hayden Teska, he'll be catching today. In the 5 spot, Braden Marishko. He will be on the mound today for the Golden Lions. In the 6th spot, it's Colin Kruth, the third baseman. Batting 7th, Caden Coffey, the second baseman. Batting 8th, it's Zach O'Brien, the first baseman. And batting 9th, DHing today, Robbie Sigenfuss.
Defensively for Laurel Highlands, they'll have Carson D'amico out in left, Caden Early in center, and Jace Hampy in right. Around the horn, it's Braden McKnight playing third, Nick Kumar playing short. Ty Sankovich, the second baseman this afternoon, and Zach Koffler playing first. Alex McLean catching, and Joe Chambers pitching. Enters this game with a 1-1 record, 6.39 ERA. This will be his 5th appearance. Has worked 7 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, struck out 10, and walked 5 so far this season. We mentioned the Laurel Highlands Mustangs coming into this game, a game back of Bell Vernon for first place in the conference. The Leopards sitting at 5-1. Elizabeth Ford and West Mifflin both at 3-1. They'll have some games to make up here down the stretch. The Mustangs at 4-2. Those would be your top 4 playoff teams right now. Uniontown sits at 2-4. Greensburg-Salem at 2-6. And Ringgold at 1-5. And Zach, we mentioned on Friday the Bell Vernon program shut down again due to some COVID issues. So they might have some games backlogged here over the stretch run, which could make things difficult for them in the pitching department and give teams like Laurel Highlands an opportunity maybe to get back a share of that conference lead.
Yeah, you know, it's always tough in normal conditions as you get later into the year because you got to make up for all the rainouts or what have you, and now you throw in this COVID wrinkle, and you might have to play, 5 games in 4 days or something along those lines, and it always gets tough around this time of the year just with the pitching, and you know what, that coach is going to go into the locker room and say, you know what, who can pitch today? Because I don't have anybody that can go. That's how it kind of works in a normal year, and COVID kind of really doubles the effect there.
Our live video stream sponsors on WMBS this afternoon include Mamaruka's Pizza Shop and Stewart Collision on the South Union Township Sports Network. Live streaming sponsors include the Sprouse Insurance Group in Uniontown and Agent David Hughes. United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialists, SWGI in Uniontown, Zebly Mahalav and White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys, and UPMC Centers for Rehab Services in Uniontown on Wayland Smith Drive. Jim Burns, director, and Zach, really couldn't ask for a better afternoon for high school baseball. Game time temperature around 70 degrees under sunny skies. Might warm up and reach over 80 tomorrow.
It's beautiful. You get to this time of the year again, and clear skies all around. Finally feels like baseball season. You start the season and you're battling snow or heavy rain half the time, so you get to this part and beautiful skies all around. The grass is finally as green as you want it to be, and you know what, you're in a good mood. The bat doesn't hurt when you hit the ball because it's not 20 degrees anymore. No, you're feeling good walking on this field today.
Looking at how these two teams have fared so far this season, Laurel Highlands opened up with a split over West Mifflin, lost their opener 6-1, came back with an 11-1 win, and swept Ringgold, putting up 2 pretty good margins on the scoreboard, 10-2 and 13-3. Won a non-conference game over Trinity, then lost another non-conference game against Connellsville, 13-4, and then split last weekend against Bell Vernon in the conference, winning 8-1 here at Landman Field. Lost 5-4 at Bell Vernon and Rostraver on Tuesday, and then won a non-conference game at Cannon Mac. We mentioned Greensburg-Salem, 2 conference wins, 1 over Elizabeth Ford. That was the only conference game the Warriors have lost so far this season. Their other win came over Ringgold last week by a score of 6-3. They split that series with the Rams, also lost 4-3. Their last game, a 12-1 non-conference loss against Connellsville on Friday. But they've had some close games, including 2 games against Uniontown. The Red Raiders swept the Golden Lions, winning by scores of 12-8 and 11-10. Also lost a 7-5 game against Elizabeth Ford, who mentioned that close loss the Mustangs had on Tuesday. The Golden Lions could very easily be a 500 team at this juncture of the season.
Yeah, that's not a record that really displays their actual talent. 12-8, 12-10 scores like that. That's 1 or 2 mistakes along the way, and if you cut down on mistakes, you come in 2-6. That could easily be 6-2 as we head towards the end of the year here. So you clean those up, which is what the course of a season is all about. And if you can clean it up and get on a roll right now, then he could be a real threat putting up runs like that.
Should be a lot of fun this afternoon. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. We're back with the first pitch right after this here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
I'm attorney Bill Martin of Radcliffe Law, and I've handled all sorts of workplace accident cases over the past 10 years. When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work. But you may not be physically ready to return. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call our workers' compensation team at Radcliffe Law at 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you and answer your questions at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Brian Morozak, Zach Harley back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School. The Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions to bat here in the top half of the first inning. And Greensburg-Salem, Zach, with those away Browns with gold numbers and gray pants. Laurel Highlands in the home whites with red numbers, a little bit of blue trim.
Hey, good jersey matchup here, especially a little better than what
we
you
had maroon on Friday. Yep.
Yeah, that was rough there. This time a little more distinctive between the two jerseys. Should be a little easier to call. Maybe I won't screw up as many names as I did on Friday.
Yeah, we had Greensburg Central Catholic and Uniontown down at Bailey Park on Friday, for those of you that were not with us, and both teams wore dark maroon tops, which could make things confusing at times, but we managed to get through it, and Greensburg Central Catholic had a close win there over Uniontown. And speaking of the Red Raiders, they're back in conference action this afternoon. In fact, 3 Section 3 4A games ongoing today. The Red Raiders at West Mifflin. Of course, Greensburg-Salem here at Laurel Highlands, and Elizabeth Ford at Ringgold. We mentioned Bell Vernon 5-1 in the conference. The Leps off this week. We don't know how long they're going to be off. Zach, we learned on Friday they're out due to some COVID issues, and hopefully they can get back soon, because if not, they're going to have a lot of games to make up. They had their series over the weekend with West Mifflin postponed for a second time.
Yeah, tough situation, and especially you just got to, feel for those kids, because last year they got their season taken away from them. This year it gets canceled again, or paused, I should say, and that's just a rough situation.
Dylan Sarsfield to lead things off here for Greensburg-Salem, the junior center fielder, batting .345 with 5 RBIs. Again, Joe Chambers on the hill for Laurel Highlands, 1-1 record, 6.39 ERA. Chambers has been used mostly in relief so far this season, but getting a start here this afternoon against Greensburg-Salem, and his first pitch on the way, a fastball chopped foul by Sarsfield. And Sarsfield, as we said, coming in with a pretty good average at .345 and 5 RBIs. And you look down this Greensburg-Salem lineup, especially among the top 6, these guys have gotten the job done at the plate so far this season. And now the 0-1 here from Chambers to Sarsfield. Another fastball just missed inside. Close pitch there, Zach.
Good pitch. Good pitch right there. Second pitch of the game, 0-1. Maybe you get him to chase. That was just missed.
Count now even at 1-1. Chambers long looking to the catcher Alex McLean, and a wind and fire the 1-1 pitch. That's another fastball missing low and inside. Takes the count to 2-1. Also have to thank Larry Kumar helping us out on the scoreboard this afternoon on the Facebook Live feed, both on WMBS and on the South Union Township Sports Network, making the job for Zach and I a little bit easier this afternoon. And now the 2-1 pitch. Another fastball inside, 3-1. And Larry and the Boosters, Zach actually installed a little table for you, trying to make your life a little easier over there as well.
Yeah, it's a real nice spot. Got all my papers set up. Got a place for the sunglasses, for the phone. I'm all set up and ready to go.
I have to thank them for taking care of us. 3-1 pitch now on the way, and Chambers finds the strike zone there, and it takes us full to 3-2.
Looks like Chambers working in early.
Start of a 2-game series between the Golden Lions and the Mustangs. They'll play tomorrow down at Greensburg-Salem. We'll have the game for you both on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network. Payoff pitch and a little number that's going to get over the outstretched glove of Zach Coughlin in a right field. Jace Hampy with a quick relay in and a leadoff hit off of a 3-2 pitch there from Dylan Sarsfield.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Two strike count. Just takes it the other way. Took what Chambers gave him, and you get a leadoff single.
Now Jacob Smith, the junior shortstop, coming to the plate, batting .250 with an RBI so far this season. The Mustangs expected to throw Nick Kumar tomorrow, as head coach Scott DeBerry told us during the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Kumar coming off a 15 strikeout performance last Monday against Bell Vernon. Runner going, and a little one-hopper down to second, and the ball went out off of Kumar's glove, and will get tracked down there by Ty Sankovic, and a stolen base for Dylan Sarsfield.
Good throw by the catcher there by Alex McLean, but couldn't come up with the pick at short and get a stolen base to start this game.
And the pitch wasn't there for a strike, so it's 0-1 to Jacob Smith. But now Sarsfield in scoring position at second, and Chambers working out of the stretch. A little glance back at second. Ready with the 0-1 here to Smith, and the lefty Smith sends it foul on the left side, and now he's behind 0-2. Another nice crowd out here at Landman Field. They even have the shaved ice truck up there as well on the hill, Zach.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one before the game, but they said it was just for fans, so I don't know what that's about.
Maybe you can grab one after the game.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Now the 0-2, Chambers to Smith on the way, and that one maybe a little throwaway pitch there, just trying to get Smith to chase. Count moves to 1-2. Of course, Chambers, the grandson of Laurel Highlands athletic director Mark John, got some time at quarterback on the football team, also a member of the Laurel Highlands basketball team. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses inside. Really a good three-sport athlete. Of course, he'll be coming back next year for his senior year.
I love to see multi-sport athletes at the high school level. I love to see the kids that don't just play one sport. Play them all.
Chambers, another glance back at second. Now he'll step off. Of course, Rodney Gallagher, the star basketball and football player for Laurel Highlands, continues to get the D1 scholarship offers. Got a basketball offer over the weekend from Florida in the SEC. Now the 2-2 on the way, and that ball hits Smith in the back. And the Golden Lions 2 on and nobody out here in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, not the way Chambers wanted to start this one for Laurel Highlands, and now he's got to go against 3-4-5, 2 on, no out. Tough task in the first.
Owen Tudich, the sophomore left fielder, now will step in. He's batting .267 with 3 RBIs. The Mustangs trying to find some consistency behind Nick Kumar in the rotation. I think the thought of head coach Scott DeBerry this weekend is go with your ace on the road tomorrow. We've seen both Chambers and Carson Broadwater get some action in that number 2 spot. Chambers getting the start today. Expect Broadwater to be available if needed in relief as well. And, of course, with these back-to-back series, Zach, you definitely need 2, maybe 3 good pitchers in your rotation that you can really rely on.
Yeah, you're going to have a couple arms when you do a series like that. And at the high school level, sometimes it's hard to come up with those.
Another 0-1 set in a foul territory over the fence and out of play. Takes us now to 0-2. Yet you have Sarsfield down at second. Smith at first. Sarsfield singled. Smith was hit by a pitch. No score so far here in this top half of the first inning. And Joe Chambers now with a pair of strikes on Owen Tudich.
Sarsfield really making Chambers worry there over at second base, thinking he's going to run.
Now Chambers set with the 0-2 breaking ball, and this ball hit high in the air in the right center field. Caden Early and Hampy both there, and it's Early, the center fielder, calling him off, and Sarsfield using his speed, tagging up, and he'll head down to third on the tag, and we get our first out here in the top half of the first inning, and a good job there from Early taking charge in the outfield.
Yeah, good job tracking that one down. Definitely could have been a little dangerous as we saw Early and Hampy running towards each other, but Early takes charge, gets the one out. And that was a really good piece of hitting out by Tudich there. You know, he probably wishes he could have got a little more power behind it when you see a hanging breaking ball, but get a guy over to third with one out. You did your job.
Hayden Teska at the plate. He'll take the first pitch for strike one. Nice pitch there from Joe Chambers. So now Smith at first, Sarsfield down at third. One out in a scoreless game here in the top half of the first inning. And the 0-1 to Hayden Teska came in with a .357 average and 3 RBIs. Junior catcher. Chambers from the stretch. 0-1 pitch, fastball missed high. Takes us to 1-1. Crowd continues to make its way into Landman Field on this Monday afternoon. First of two this week between the Mustangs and the Golden Lions. Now the 1-1, Chambers to Teska. Another fastball sent foul over the press box and out of play here on the right side.
Almost beat him with a fastball down and away. A little late getting to it was Teska. Let's see what Chambers does here, if he goes heater or he goes back to that breaking ball.
Chambers came in with a pretty good strikeout to walks ratio. 10 strikeouts, 5 walks so far this season through 7 2/3 innings. Now the 1-2 pitch here on the way, comes back with the heat. Missed high, count now even at 2-2.
2-2. Let's see if Jacob Smith gets going over at first base there.
Braden Marishko in the on-deck circle due up next for the Golden Lions. Now Chambers 2-2 here to Teska. Breaking ball in there for strike three. So Teska gets punched out for Chambers. By Chambers, his 11th strikeout of the season. And we have two away here in the top half of the first inning.
You can see it right there, Brian. He was expecting a fastball there. Chambers just floats a curveball right down the middle of the plate. Beautiful pitch. Even better selection to get the punch out.
Now Braden Marishko, the junior pitcher, coming to bat here for Greensburg-Salem, batting from the number 5 position. Came in with a .261 average and 4 RBIs. Chambers stays from the stretch. First pitch, a fastball. Kind of jam Marishko. Grounder to second. And they'll get the force out at second. We'll flip from Sankovic over to Kumar for the third out of the inning. So the Golden Lions strand 2 ahead of the bottom of the first. Scoreless here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Day.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 57th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it is the goal of Ted Silva & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 57 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair, LLC. Proud to sponsor local high school sports.
Moving now to the bottom of the first inning, the Mustangs coming to bat. Here's Zach with their lineup.
For Laurel Highlands, leading off the center fielder, Caden Early. In the 2 spot, third baseman Braden McKnight batting third. Shortstop Nick Kumar. In the cleanup spot, the catcher Alex McLean. Batting fifth, Zach Koffler, the first baseman. And sixth, the pitcher Joe Chambers. Batting seventh, Carson D'amico, the left fielder. Batting eighth, it's Ty Sankovic, the second baseman. And batting ninth, it's Jace Hampy, the right fielder.
Defensively for Greensburg-Salem, Odin Tudich out in left, Dylan Sarsfield in center, and Garrett Cribbs In right field around the horn, it's Colin Kruth playing third, Jacob Smith playing short, Caden Coffey playing second, Zach O'Brien playing first, Hayden Teska catching, and Braden Marishko pitching. Marishko 0-2 record, 9.95 ERA. This will be his fourth appearance. Has worked 6 1/3, given up 9 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned, walked 12, and struck out 7. And I think it's going to be important for Marishko to get off to a good start here this afternoon against the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's definitely going to want to copy and try to battle against Joe Chambers, who it looked like he was going to get in trouble in the top of the first, and then he got out of it. And so that Marishko isn't going to want to get behind like Chambers did. He's going to want to beat him.
We've seen a lot of instances, especially these away pitchers, getting in trouble in the first inning and then kind of getting into the groove of things once they become comfortable with their environment. And we'll see what pans out here this afternoon. Marishko's first pitch to Caden Early misses there for ball 1. Early, the junior center fielder, came in with a .409 average and 4 RBIs. And you mentioned these Mustang batting averages, Zach, coming in have been very impressive.
Oh, yeah, you got 10 guys batting over 300 right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys batting over 400.
Little chopper to first, making the play 3 unassisted there, the first baseman, Zach O'Brien, for the first out of the inning.
And, I just want guys batting over 300. You got 5 batting over 4. A couple of them are in the 500s. That's impressive this late in April.
Yeah, D'Amico and Kumar both over 600 for a while. Both averages, as expected, would dip a little bit. Kumar at 519, D'Amico at 474. Both still very impressive. And there's Braden McKnight. First pitch there gets hit, and he'll take first base. And the Mustangs get their first base runner of the afternoon.
Yeah, Marishko was going into early last at bat, so not surprising that he comes up with a hit by pitch against McKnight this time around.
Now bring up Nick Kumar, the senior shortstop, batting .519 with 6 RBIs. Has been dangerous both on the mound and at the plate so far this season. Now comes up with McKnight on first, and the first pitch there from Marishko, a late called strike there to Nick Kumar, 0-1. Now Marishko back on the hill, about a 2-step lead off first there for McKnight, who does have good speed for the Mustangs, and a little check, and back safely there is McKnight. We mentioned the Mustangs had some issues with guys getting picked off on Tuesday in our last broadcast down in Rostraver Township, and I'm sure that's an area of concern and an area that head coach Scott DeBerry has really stressed smart base running here over the last week.
Yeah, you don't want to run into outs. You got to take care of the bases you get. You don't get on base that many times a game, and you got to really take advantage of the times you do.
I'm sure Greensburg-Salem saw a lot of that on film as well. And you're going to see Marishko throw over a couple of times already here to Braden McKnight, and I'm sure he'll have his continued eyes here on McKnight. Count 0-1 to Kumar. Now the pitch on the way outside evens things up at 1-1. Until you're starting to get into the midst of spring, seeing some bugs up here in the press box. Had some bees up here in past seasons, haven't had those to deal with yet.
Well, let's not jinx it, Brian.
Yes. You haven't been there for the fun once it rolls into May. Runner going here, breaking ball misses outside, throw down to second, and sliding in safely there is McKnight with a stolen base, and the Mustangs with a runner in scoring position.
Good throw by Teska there on a breaking ball. That's hard to get up and pop up in time to get up to second. He made a good timely throw. He almost had him.
I believe they count 2-1 now to Kumar.
Yes.
Senior shortstop. And 1 out as we work here in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Greensburg-Salem. Marishko from the stretch. Glance back at McKnight. Delivery to Kumar. And this one popped up down the first base line. Getting under at the first baseman, Zach O'Brien, for the second out of the inning. And I'll bring up Alex McLean, the junior catcher. McLean batting .478 with 8 RBIs. To actually have 4 Mustangs, as Zach said, batting over 400. Early, Kumar, McLean, and D'Amico. And a spot here for McLean with 2 outs here in the inning, and McKnight in scoring position. Mustangs still looking for their first hit of the afternoon as McKnight got on after being hit by a pitch. Mike Smith coaching first. Laurel Highlands assistant athletic director Scott DeBerry, Mustang head coach, down at third. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Alex McLean. There's quite a difference between Marishko's fastball and that breaking ball that seemed to go in there about 25, 30 miles an hour. Wasn't much on it.
It floats in there,
yes,
but you know what? The slower ones can throw off your timing. You're used to hitting 70 in the cage all day. All of a sudden, you come out here and see 50.
0-1 comes back with the heat. Miss low and outside. Good block there from Tesco, the catcher. Count even out 1-1.
Had a little backhand across the left-handed batter's box there. Good stop.
So 1-1. Marishko back on the hill. McKnight about a two-step lead off second. Marishko another glance back. Now the 1-1 comes back with that slow breaking ball. Once again finds the strike zone on the inside corner. Count moves to 1-2. Expect the Mustangs here to maybe send McKnight on the pitch at least. Get the wheels in motion with 2 outs and a 1-2 count.
With a right-handed batter up, that's not a bad idea. Catcher's got to throw over the hitter.
Now the 1-2 on the way. Fastball, and this one popped foul on the right side, out of play. Count remains 1-2. Yeah, these two teams in action tomorrow. 4 o'clock first pitch around the air 3:55. A Short and Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Have the live video stream, assuming they get electricity for us out at Greensburg-Salem, which they told us they'll have. Now the 1-2 pitch again. Marishko to McLean, another fastball, missing low, then getting away from Tesco, but holding at second. McKnight. Tony Hanola is going to join me for that one. Tony fresh back from Florida. In fact, our producer back in our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios, Nick Barczyk, he just got back from a trip to Florida. Everybody heading down there, Zach. I think we need to make a trip down there, too.
You know what? I'm not opposed to that. A little Miami Beach trip. Take that.
Maybe Nick can tell us in between innings all about his trip.
Yeah, where the hot spots are.
Yes. And the 2-2 on the way. Fastball, and this one nubbed foul on the left side. I know Tony was down there doing some golfing.
That's the dream.
Yes.
You go to warm weather, I think it's an obligation. You have to golf.
Yes. He'll be with me tomorrow, always entertaining, with the mayor of Hopwood, Tony Hanola, on the broadcast booth. Zach will be on the South Union Township Sports Network for Laurel Highlands and Brownsville on Thursday, and Tony and I back on Friday on both South Union and WMBS for Laurel Highlands and Greater Latrobe. That'll be a 7 o'clock start under the lights in Westmoreland County. 6:45 Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show on Friday. The South Union coverage, 4 o'clock start on Thursday.
Good at-bat forming here for Alex McLean. Fouled off 3 in a row. I think we're going on pitch number 8 of the at-bat.
Mustangs making Marishko work a little bit here in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-2 now to Alex McLean. And time called. Mentioned that matchup on Thursday, Zach, should be pretty good. Brownsville off to a nice start this season. 2 Fayette County schools. Brownsville, go back a couple of years, had a trip to the WPIAL championship game and actually made a run to the semifinal round of the state playoffs.
All right.
Both good programs. Now they're breaking ball, missing low and outside. Take his full to 3-2. Of course, the last time the Mustangs played in the spring, they made it to the WPIAL title game back in 2019. Lost to Shaler and then lost to Cedar Cliff. Went all the way out to Central York or Northern York for that first round state playoff game that Cedar Cliff beat Laurel Highlands back in 2019. Seems like many moons ago after the long COVID shutdown of last year. Now the 3-2 on the way. Marishko to McLean. Fastball, and this one popped up. And once again, it's Zach O'Brien there, but it's going to be the second baseman, Caden Coffey, to make the grab for the third out of the inning. So the Mustangs strand one. We're scoreless after one. Laurel Highlands and Greensburg-Salem here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
General Dentist Dr. Edward L. Wietek Jr. treats children, teens, and adults of all ages.
Dr. Witek performs all phases of general dentistry, including crowns and bridges, partials, full dentures, comprehensive orthodontics, root canals, bonded white fillings, dental implants to replace missing teeth and to stabilize loose-fitting dentures, and comprehensive exams and cleanings. Dr. Witek is also your place to go for full mouth reconstruction if you've put off going to the dentist for too long. Visit Dr. Witek online at www.myuniontowndentist.com to view the Smile Gallery and see some of his patients' before and after photos. See what over 35 years of experience and a practice committed to learning the latest techniques can do for you or your family. Dr. Witek's office is located on the National Pike, 1 mile west of the mall on Route 40. Call him up at 724-439-1616. That's 724-439-1616 for Dr. Edward L. Witek, Jr.
Back here at Tom Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School. Zach Harley, Brian Rozak here with you, getting ready for inning number 2 between Greensburg-Salem and Laurel Highlands. No score so far after 1. Greensburg-Salem at bat, and Colin Kruth, the third baseman, will lead off for the Golden Lions.
Golden Lions stranded 2 back in the top of the first inning, had that one hit from Sarsfield, and Jacob Smith was also hit by a pitch.
Kruth batting .280 on the year. Chambers' first pitch. And it's popped up and foul, so strike 1.
Kruth aggressive early on, came in with 3 RBIs. Golden Lions sent 5 men to the plate in that top half of the first inning. And this one's scoreless so far.
Chambers, 1 strikeout so far. The 0-1. And that's in there for a strike. So 0-2 count to Colin Kruth to start off the top of the second.
Chambers looking a little more comfortable here, starting this second inning after getting into a little bit of a jam, but got out of it in that top half of the first.
The 0-2 in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. So that's out number 1, and good start to Chambers for the second inning.
Came back with that breaking ball. Now 2 backwards Ks in the scorebook as Kruth goes down and 1 quick out.
Yeah, going back to late last inning, that curveball looking like it's starting to really get the break he wants.
Now Caden Coffey coming to the plate. You wouldn't know the last name's pronounced Coffey by looking at it.
Coffey, the second baseman, no, you would not. There's an I in front of the O, after the C in the front of the name, and it's a mess, but it's spelled Coffee. And you know what? Gotta love it. He's here for a cup of coffee.
First pitch ruled ball 1. They checked it down at first.
Second pitch in there, smacked down right, and that'll go foul over the right field foul fence. So 0-2 count here to Caden Coffey, the second baseman for the Golden Lions.
As Zach said, last name spelled C-I-O-F-F-I, but pronounced Coffey.
The 0-2. And fouled away, so we'll keep it at 0-2. Joe Chambers.
Coffey trying to get things going at the plate this season. Came in with just a 150 average and an RBI. Junior second baseman.
It's 1-2, excuse me. Here's the 1-2 from Chambers. And that's drilled left side, hit to third base, and that is an out. So Braden McKnight reins it in and gets out number 2 here in the second inning.
Wasn't an easy play. Well hit ball there from Coffey, but McKnight doing his job. Over to Zach Koffler for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, and I'll bring up first baseman Zach O'Brien, the senior, batting .179 with 5 RBIs.
Yeah, Coffey hit it hard, just McKnight picked it clean. Chambers 0-0 pitch, and that's popped up to the shortstop, and it is reined in by Nick Kumar, the shortstop. So the Golden Lions go 1-2-3 in the second. Laurel Highlands getting a chance at an at-bat right here on WMBS.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the candidate.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. Need a touch-up or full body paint job? Our water-based paint system gives the best match for your color. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
Visit Sea Harbor Chevy East and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMF or well-qualified individuals, 24 months, 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash for equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231 or visit SeaHarborChevyEast.com.
Back at Tom Landman Field here, getting ready for the bottom of the second, as here comes the first pitch from Braden Marishko to Laurel Highlands' Zach Koffler. And that is a strike, so 0-1 count to start the bottom of the second. Zach Koffler, first baseman, comes in with an average of .261 on the year. Second pitch, right down the middle, strike two.
Two nice fastballs there from Marishko.
Yeah, Marishko looks like he's got a little extra juice in that fastball than he did in the first inning here.
And both Chambers and Marishko pitching well here early on. Let's hope that trend continues on both sides.
Marishko's 0-2 to Koffler. Little outside, ball one.
Koffler 5 RBIs so far this season. Has been very productive at the plate.
Got a double, too, so showing a little power there. Koffler sets and fires the 1-2. Little outside again, 2-2. Missed in the same spot he did the pitch before.
It's hitters 5, 6, and 7 for the Mustangs. Koffler, Chambers, and D'Amico here in the bottom of the second. This game still scoreless.
And the pitch got him swinging. Zach Koffler goes down on strikes. Beautiful pitch by Braden Marishko to strike him out. One down.
8th strikeout of the year for Marishko. I mentioned he came in 12 walks to 7 strikeouts. That'll help his strikeouts to walks ratio a little bit. And our first out here in the bottom of the second inning without Joe Chambers going to the plate.
Joe Chambers, the pitcher. Marishko's first pitch, a little low and outside, ball one. That strikeout to Koffler, beautiful. He went down and away after trying to nibble away, a couple pitches in a row. Gets that, gets him reaching. Beautiful pitch selection. Marishko's 1-0. Little high. 2 balls, no strikes to start the at-bat. Joe Chambers, the pitcher. You always want to get a hit off the opposing pitcher here.
Oh,
and
for
vice
sure.
versa.
Yes.
You want to strike out the opposing pitcher. The 2-0. Down low, 3-0. The count to Joe Chambers. So Braden Marishko losing the other pitcher here a little bit and threatening another base runner for the Mustangs.
On the other side, Marishko grounded out to end the first inning.
All right, ball 4. Wasn't sure where he was going to call that one. Thought it might have got the corner there, high and away, but missed for ball 4. So Joe Chambers on with a walk, and that is the first base runner of the second inning for the Mustangs.
Now we have Carson D'Amico, the junior left fielder. Average has dipped to 474. I mentioned he had it up over 600 for a while, but still has really played well and had some timely hits for the Mustangs this season.
As the 0-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, it dips down to 470. You're going to take some slumps every now and then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hard to maintain that type of pace over the course of a season.
0-1 count here. Pitch delivered a little outside, so it evens at 1 apiece.
You have some of those guys coming in maybe 150, 200 averages. You'll generally see those go up as the season progresses as well. Sometimes you see guys, as you mentioned, due to the winter weather, just historically get off to slow starts and are definitely better second-half players.
The 1-1 from Marishko looks to be in there, and it is. Strike 2. Carson D'Amico watches a pitch go right over the middle, I thought. It looked a little higher than the belt, but definitely a pitch I thought he could do something with.
Yeah, we're positioned right down the first base line, up in the press box here at Landman Field.
The 1-2. And a little outside again, so it evens again at 2-2. Braden Marishko working a little bit after struck out Koffler on 5 pitches. Walks Chambers on 4, and now a 2-2 count with Carson D'amico. Here's the 2-2. Little outside again, runs it full.
I think this game for Greensburg-Salem even more important than it is for Laurel Highlands at this juncture of the season. Golden Lions have played 8 conference games already and sit at 2-6. Only 4 conference games remaining, and realistically, they have to run the table if they have any shot at making the WPIL playoffs, and they haven't missed since the 2016 season.
And the runner goes as the ball is put in play. So good hit and run.
He never tagged him.
What's the call?
He never got him.
As Carson D'amico, he grounded it to the third baseman, and now Chambers was running on the pitch, so no chance at a double play. Throw to first by third baseman Colin Kruth was a little offline. Zach O'Brien tried to rein it in. Couldn't put the tag on D'amico, though, as it pulled O'Brien off the bag, so D'Amico's safe on what I would assume is an E5.
Correct.
And now there's guys on first and second for Laurel Highlands with still only 1 out.
And the umpires did get together and made the correct call there, safe. We had a clear view right in front of us, and D'Amico did a nice job there just to avoid Zach O'Brien, was not tagged, and now the Mustangs with runners on first and second and 1 out in a scoreless game as we work here in the bottom of the second inning.
So now Ty Sankovic, the second baseman, comes to the plate for the Mustangs. The 0-0 delivered, and that's in there for a strike. Sankovic on the year, batting .346, has 4 RBI, 3 doubles, and 1 triple. Now down in the count 0-1. To Marishko. Here it is. Little outside in the right-hander's batted box, so evens it up at 1-1. Joe Chambers at second, Carson D'amico at first. 1 out here, bottom of the second, no score.
His brother Travis is doing a nice job playing down at Marshall.
And the pitch. Little low again, that will run it to 2-1.
Travis is a heck of a player here at Laurel Highlands as well, and anytime you can play big-time D1 baseball, really says a lot of your skills.
Marshall has a few famous football alumni.
Correct.
Maybe he can become the first famous baseball alumni. As a ball down low again, 3-1 the count to Ty Sankovic, the Mustang second baseman. Braden Marishko really working here in the second inning. Started with a strikeout, walk, error, and now he has a 3-1 count to Sankovic. The 3-1. Swung on, hit the first, gets past the first baseman. They're going to wave Chambers around. He's going to score. D'Amico moving towards second. He goes to third on the hit, and it's an RBI single for Ty Sankovic as Carson D'Amico makes his way to third base.
Yeah, first hit of the game for the Mustangs as Ty Sankovic picks up his 5th RBI of the season. Single to right field, just a well-hit ball. Zach O'Brien couldn't knock it down over at first. Drives in Joe Chambers of the Mustangs. Strike first, leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And still guys on the corners here with only 1 out.
Now Jace Hampy comes to the plate. He's their right fielder. Hampy batting .333 this year.
And Hampy was the victim of what was an awful call on Tuesday down at Rostraver Township on a hit that would have scored a Mustang run. Was called out at first base. He was clearly safe by about a step and a half, and that proved to be one of the turning points in Laurel Highlands' 5-4 loss down at Bell Vernon on Tuesday night.
The 0-1 after a foul ball, driven deep to center field. Center fielder's running. He gets under it, and D'Amico will score on the tag, so that runs it 2-0. Laurel Highlands lead as Jace Hampy has a sac fly to center to get the RBI.
That was not an easy play for Dylan Sarsfield out there in center field. Had to back up to the wall and really had to run a great deal there to get underneath it and retire Hampy for the second out of the inning. But Hampy picks up his first RBI of the season, driving in D'Amico, and Laurel Highlands now on top 2-0, now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Caden Early back up to the plate as he avoids getting hit for ball 1. Last time up, he grounded out to third base, and it was an unassisted put out.
The Mustangs doing a nice job here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs already across.
The delivery to Early, a little high and away, ball 2 to the center fielder.
And Early, the 6th Mustang to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Ty Sankovic still sitting on first base, 2 down here. In the bottom of the 2nd, here's the pitch. Ball down low. 3-0 the counts. Marishko having trouble. His balls are staying a little low here.
Mustangs making him throw some pitches here as well in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Quick pickoff move to try to get Sankovic, but he's in safely. Throw over again. Nothing doing. Sankovic in easily here. 3-0 count to Caden Early.
You can tell the Golden Lions have really scouted the Mustangs well.
Must be expecting a run, and they throw over a 3rd time. He is safe once again.
Expect Laurel Highlands to be aggressive in the spot as well. 2 outs here in the inning.
And a 3-0 count. He's either going to walk him or he's going to swing. Throws over a 4th time. If we are at a stadium, you'd hear some boos.
I don't think he'll get that here in a high school game, but you never know. If he does it 5 or 6 times, they might start coming out.
I'd hope not. Marishko sets. He finally fires, and that's right down the middle. 3-1.
The Mustangs decide they want to wear the whites tomorrow. Sankovic is going to have to do some laundry overnight.
The 3-1. And that's hit on the ground past first base. Sankovic going to round and go to third. And the throw to third, not in time, gets past the third baseman, Kruth. So on to second goes Early. And on the throwing error, Sankovic will go home. The ball went out of play.
Actually rolled underneath the fence. So Sankovic able to score on the play, and they'll hold Early down at second, saying he was just rounding first at the time the ball went underneath the fence. So he's awarded second. So you'll have the throwing error coming in there from Cribbs out and right. He did a nice job to get it in quickly. But that throw going wide, and the Mustangs getting their 3rd run here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
The 0-0 pitch now to Braden McKnight. He was hit by a pitch and stole a base last time out.
So no RBI there for Early, but a run scored for Sankovic. It's 3-0. Now a little discussion here between Hayden Teska and Braden Marishko as the Golden Lions try to settle down. Marishko, who, as we mentioned, has been touched up a little bit so far this season. And the Mustangs getting to him here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. McKnight, the 7th Mustang to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Caden Early hanging out on second base. 2 down, 3-0 Laurel Highlands. Braden McKnight to the plate. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch, fouled back.
I have to thank our live video stream sponsors on WMBS, Mamaruka's Pizza Shop and Stewart Collision on the South Union Township Sports Network, the Sprouse Insurance Group, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, SWGI and Uniontown, Zebley Mahalovan White, and UPMC's Centers for Rehab Services.
And there goes Early at second. He slides. He's safe. Feet first slide was never in doubt. Really good jump off the pitcher Caden Early had, and he's into third safely for his first stolen base of the day.
Yeah, rare to steal third, but Early using his good speed there to get down to third base. Now McKnight at the plate.
And it was a ball on that pitch, so 2-1 the count.
2-1 count.
2 outs, now a man at third for Braden McKnight. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 2.
He came back with a nice fastball there right at the knees to even things up now at 2-2.
Now let's see what Marishko does, because he's been going low, but he's been missing low a lot of the time. Marishko sets, he fires. And it's low in the dirt. So it runs McKnight full now, 3-2. Caden Early at third base, 2 outs, 3 runs in for Laurel Highlands. Marishko looks in, checks the runner at third. Now he fires. And swing and a miss. Braden Marishko gets Braden McKnight on strikes. And we end the 2nd inning. Laurel Highlands 3 and Greensburg-Salem 0. You are listening to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164 or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
UTMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, Robbie Sigenfuss, the designated hitter for Greensburg-Salem, leading off this top half of the third inning. Laurel Highlands leading Greensburg-Salem 3-0. It's Sigenfuss, Sarsfield, and Smith Chambers on the mound for Laurel Highlands. First pitch misses low and inside there to Sigenfuss. Sigenfuss, the senior DH, batting for Garrett Cribbs, the right fielder this afternoon. Now the 1-0 pitch. Chambers comes back with a fastball, finds the strike zone, and we're even at 1-1. Big for the Mustangs, though, Zach, in that bottom of the second inning, getting 3 runs across. Chambers, D'Amico, and Sankovic giving the Mustangs the 3-run lead. 1-1 pitch, and that one nubbed down to third. There is McKnight. Throws over to first to Zach Koffler to retire Sigenfuss 5-3 for the first out of this top half of the third inning. Pretty routine there.
Yeah, made good contact to the third baseman, but scoops it up, throws it first, 1 down. Good start to the inning here.
The only hit so far for Greensburg-Salem was that little nubber from Dylan Sarsfield, who led off the top half of the first inning. And here's Sarsfield back at the plate, leading off this top half of the third. Sarsfield also stole a base back in the first inning, came in with a .345 average and 5 RBIs. Fastball there from Chambers, finds the strike zone again, and 0-1 to Dylan Sarsfield.
Yeah, Chambers looking comfortable right now in this third inning. You know, maybe getting 3 runs does something for you.
You wonder what type of length we'll see Chambers stay in the game for, as that one was fouled off by Sarsfield, and now 2 strikes on Dylan Sarsfield. Chambers came in with 4 appearances, working just 7 2/3 innings. So you wonder how deep the Mustangs will take him here this afternoon.
Well, he's pacing real well. Right now he is about to throw pitch number 35.
Okay. Certainly in a good position at this juncture of the game as we work here on the top of the third. Came back with a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Got away from McLean. He's going to have to make the throw and can't find the ball in time. So it goes in the books as a strikeout. But Sarsfield reaching first. And the Golden Lions will have a base runner. Did you happen to see, Zach, on Friday in the Blue Jays-Rays game, there was 4 strikeouts in the top of the first inning.
Yes.
I think it was Tyler Glasnow on the hill for the Rays. He gave up 4 runs and also had 4 strikeouts. And I believe it was the first time since like 1902 that a pitcher had 4 strikeouts and also gave up 4 runs in an inning.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I'm sure Glasnow's not happy about the 4, but when anything doesn't happen since 1903, you know, it's pretty rare and pretty cool to see.
You had a couple of those happen around sports the last couple of weeks. The Penguins the other night were outscored by 5 goals in the third period and won the game 6-5. I think they were the first team in NHL history ever to be outscored by 5 goals in the third period and still win a game. Runner going there, and that one fouled off. But I guess during a pandemic season, you're going to see these things happen. I think our producer, Nick, was actually at that Rays Blue Jays game on Friday.
Well, he's going to have to tell me all about it.
Yes.
When I see him then. The Penguins, it was 7-6.
Yes, it was 7-6, and they gave up 5 in the third.
Yeah, and then Crosby came by and scored the winning one.
Chambers will check at Koffler, and back safely there is Sarsfield against 3-0 Laurel Highlands as we work here in the top of the third inning. Greensburg-Salem with Sarsfield on. And the next pitch there misses inside to Jacob Smith, takes the count to 2-1. And the Mustangs with 2 conference series left. Next week, Elizabeth Fuller. The week after, rival Uniontown. That should be fun when the Mustangs and the Red Raiders get together as Chambers will throw over to first. And back safely there is Sarsfield.
Must be expecting Sarsfield to get running here, as he did have a stolen base in the first inning.
Yes. And Chambers checks him again. Where are the Blue Jays playing their home games at?
They're in Dunedin, Florida right now, and then I think
that's their spring training home, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think they're going to start playing in May in Buffalo.
Okay. Another check of the runner, and back safely again is Sarsfield. Buffalo only about an hour or so from Toronto, but again with the border still closed. Any Blue Jays fans that are in Toronto still won't be able to get across to watch those games. That pitch missing. Takes us now to 3-1. Chambers to Jacob Smith. Smith was hit by a pitch last time up, came in with a .250 average and an RBI. And Chambers another check of Sarsfield.
Keeping very close eye on Sarsfield over here. That's about the 4th throw over so far.
Easily between the two pitchers, probably 15 or 20 throw over so far in this game.
I'd have to say it's right around there.
Chambers and Marishko. Now delivery to the plate. That one's low. Gets away from Alex McLean, and that'll give Sarsfield second. That was also ball 4, so it wouldn't matter anyways. It's a 3-1 pitch and ruled ball 4. So you have Smith now at first, Sarsfield on second. 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Laurel Highlands, though, still on top by a score of 3-0. That'll bring up Owen Tudich, who flew out to Caden early in center field, first time up back in the first inning.
Well, Guy, he's their 3-hitter. You got guys on first and second, 1 down. Good chance right here to get right back in this ball game.
First pitch, a breaking ball, ruled a strike just below the shoulders. 0-1 here to Owen Tudich. Sophomore left fielder came in with a .267 average and 3 RBIs. Chambers, another glance back. 0-1 pitch to Tudich, comes back with a fastball that's fouled off. Count now at 0-2.
Important pitch right here for Joe Chambers. What's he going to do? Is he going to float that curveball in like he did so many times in the first inning, or is he going to go back to that gas that he struck out? What did he strike out? Colin Kruth on that last inning.
3 strikeouts so far, looking for number 4, and another one popped up. Was what in the shaved ice stand back there. Count remains 0-2. Fans continue to make their way out on a nice Monday afternoon. Another 0-2 pitch here. Chambers to Tudich. Another one fouled off by Owen Tudich. Doing a nice job there staying alive.
Yeah, reached up top. Probably a ball, but not a pitch that you just want to go by and let the ump tell you is a ball or a strike. So good job fighting it off and live for another pitch.
Greensburg-Salem's last conference series of the year will be next week at Bell Vernon on Monday, and then they'll host the Leopards on Tuesday. So the final conference week of the regular season for everybody else will not include Greensburg-Salem. They'll wrap up conference play next week. That's why it's so important for the Golden Lions to try to make a run, and they have 2 of the top teams in the conference in their final 2 series. Laurel Highlands and Greensburg-Salem. A ground ball here to Koffler. Steps on the first base bag. Gets the out 3 unassisted, second out recorded of the inning. Runners advance, though, with Sarsfield down to third and Smith into second. And that'll bring up Hayden Teska, the junior catcher.
And now that drop third strike to Sarsfield, really costly because instead of inning-ending ground out to third, now you just got 2 down, but guys on second and third, and now the Golden Lions' best hitter comes to the plate.
Certainly due after striking out looking last time up. 3 RBIs already and has 2 in scoring position with Greensburg-Salem down 3-0 to Laurel Highlands. Brian Morozak along with Zach Harley, Jerry Dupay behind the camera, both here on WMBS and on the South Union Township Sports Network, providing our Facebook Live feed this afternoon. And Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. First pitch here to Teska. Fouled off here on the right side. Count moves to 0-1.
You can tell by that swing right there he wants to do damage, and he wants to do damage right now.
Yes. And big-time swing there from Teska. And Chambers 3 strikeouts so far in this game. 1 walk, and also hit Jacob Smith with a pitch. 0-1 here to Teska. Right down the middle for strike 2. A nice fastball from Joe Chambers. Now looking for strikeout number 4 of the afternoon. And trying to get the Mustangs out of another jam. Greensburg-Salem stranded 2 back in the first inning. They have runners on second and third here. And the 0-2 pitch to Teska. Breaking ball. What's the call? It's low for ball 1.
He was expecting fastball. I was expecting fastball. Chambers gave him a curveball. Good pitch mix.
Yeah, didn't miss by too much. McLean tried to frame it. Now the 1-2 comes back with another breaking ball, and that time Teska won a chasing. They'll make the throw down at first, and they do. McLean to Koffler to record the out. So that's 4 strikeouts for Joe Chambers. We've played 2.5. We're to the bottom of the third. Laurel Highlands on top 3-0 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Spring forward to home construction season. First Federal of Greene County's variety of construction and improvement loans puts you in charge of your dream home project. First Federal gives you all of the tools you need with construction loans, owner-builder loans, FHA Title I improvement loans, and home equity loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Hi, I'm Russ Plaho, your local Allstate agent. The number 21 has always had a special meaning to me. When I was young, it meant reaching adulthood. As a lifelong Pirates fan, the number 21 meant one thing, the great Roberto Clemente. 3,000 hits, MVP, World Series hero. But more than that, a great humanitarian who will always be remembered for losing his life in a rescue mission to help those in need. And now, the number 21 represents my 21st anniversary as your local Allstate agent. I would like to think that, like Roberto, I know the importance of community involvement as well as helping neighbors. Over the past 21 years, my staff and I have committed ourselves to learning about our customer needs and personalizing protection for them. From bundling auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverages based on their protection needs. Are you in good hands? Call me, Russ Plaho, at 724-439-9700 or stop by my office on Lebanon Avenue today for a free quote.
Back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs a 3-0 lead over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions as we move to the bottom half of the third inning, and the Uniontown Red Raiders playing well this afternoon as well on the road at West Mifflin, leading the Titans 3-1 in the bottom of the third. We saw the Red Raiders here on WMBS
first for the Mustangs.
lose a tight one against Greensburg Central Catholic this past Friday. We'll have them again against Albert Gallatin a week from Friday, and of course that 2-game series against Laurel Highlands the week of May 10th, as both teams try to make a push for the WPIAL playoffs. Laurel Highlands scoring 3 in the bottom of the second inning. They'll have Nick Kumar, Alex McLean, and Zach Koffler due up here in the bottom of the third. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. And the first pitch to Kumar, a breaking ball just missing there from Marishko for ball 1. Didn't appear to miss by much there, Zach.
No, but this ump, he's been consistent, but he's been tight today.
And Kumar with a drive there to left center field between Sarsfield and Tudage, but on his horse, Dylan Sarsfield working off to his right to make the grab from center field for the first out of the inning. And Sarsfield's had to do some running this afternoon. He's done a nice job out there in center field.
Yeah, Sarsfield did a good job tracking that thing down. There's a lot of grass out there to cover, and Kumar gave that thing a ride, hit the left center gap, but stayed in the air a little too long, and Sarsfield was able to rein it in.
Sarsfield retired Jace Hampy back in the second inning, which ended up going in the books as a sac fly RBI. And his first pitch swinging, sending it foul here. Alex McLean on the left side, count 0-1. McLean popped up to the second baseman, Caden Coffey, first time up to end the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, had a full count there. That's pretty frustrating as he fought to get back into that count, fouled off a couple, and finally just popped it up to second.
Now Marishko's 0-1 to Alex McLean. That one will hide off the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. And if you're just joining us, Laurel Highlands scoring all 3 of their runs, sending 7 men to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. Greensburg-Salem has stranded 4 so far in this game. 1-1, high and inside, moves the count to 2-1. And these two teams will play again tomorrow. 4 o'clock starts in Greensburg. We'll have the game for you both here on WMBS and on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Facebook Live feed. Big cut there from McLean. Swing and a miss. And we're even at 2-2.
That was a big hack. He wanted that thing to go pretty far. I just need something on the ground right now or get a little outfield. I don't need 400 feet out of you. I mean, it'd be nice.
Zach Koffler due up next. 2-2 pitch here. Back with a fastball. And that one just missing. We go full with 3-2.
Good pitch. Tried to get the outside corner. Just didn't get the call.
Nick confirmed he was at that game on Friday.
Okay. Well, lucky Nick.
Next pitch on the way, and that one popped up. Nick told me he was walking downtown St. Petersburg as well. They had the IndyCar series down there this past weekend as well. He said he didn't go to the race, but he was checking out the track on Friday. Made some practices and qualifications.
Huh. All right.
A busy weekend in the Tampa-St. Pete area.
Apparently for everybody around the area around here.
And that one's high for ball 4, so the Mustangs with a base runner. Here in the bottom of the third, Alex McLean walking. Now he's on first, and Zach Koffler.
Batting next.
I think that's why the lines at Walmart were so short this week. Everybody was down in Florida.
Yeah. You have a courtesy runner here, C.J. Gesk, running for Alex McLean. Of course, Zach, you're from the Cleveland area. Did you ever go to the IndyCar race? Was up at Burke Lakefront Airport before?
Oh, I went to some kind of race when I was young.
Yeah, I used to go up there several times. It was one of the best races ever because you could sit from in the stands and see every bit of the track.
Was it by the lake?
Yeah, right by the lake.
All right, I think I went to one of those one time, and it was very loud.
Yes, always entertaining. My dad used to take me up there a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
Always a good time. Right near the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. That pitch missing there to Koffler, 1-0.
Yeah, anything by the water up there is a good time normally.
Koffler struck out. First time up. I'll throw over to first. Head for a slide back there.
A lot of throwovers in this game.
From C.J. Gesk. Game just over an hour old as we work here in the bottom of the third. And Gesk now a healthy lead off of first, and they'll check him again. That one a little bit closer. Gesk running for the catcher, Alex McLean. Marishko facing Zach Koffler, 1-0 pitch. Misses again, 2-0. Now to Zach Koffler.
See, you see this a lot. The pitcher focuses on the guy on first base too much and can't focus on the guy at the plate. Now he has a 2-0 count to start this at bat. He's thrown a lot of balls lately. A lot of big pitch count.
2-0 pitch and therefore a strike, 2-1. Koffler 2 years ago was the Mustang backup catcher behind Caleb Scott, who's now playing high school baseball at Penn State Fayette, but some off-season surgery preventing Koffler from catching, now playing first base, but nice to see him back out there. 2-1 now on the way. Koffler, big rip there, swing and a miss, evens things up at 2-2. And Penn State Fayette actually got about 4 or 5 Laurel Highlands and Uniontown players playing out there. And good to see the USCAA and the PSUAC being able to play some collegiate athletics. They had their entire spring season last year, but the fall and winter seasons wiped out. Gesk running. That pitch was outside and no throw there from the catcher Hayden Teska. So Gesk gets down to second in a scoring position with Laurel Highlands already on top, 3-0.
Actually, that ball got away from the catcher there, and if Gesk was looking up, which, I'm not going to beat him up for not. He was sliding into second base, but he was looking up. He maybe had a shot at third.
Healthy leadoff second. Koffler swinging and a miss, and he's down for strike 3 for the second time this game. So Marishko now has recorded 3 strikeouts, 2 of the 3 on Zach Koffler, and that's our second out of this bottom of the third inning with Joe Chambers now coming to the plate. Chambers walked and scored a run first time up. Marishko from the stretch. Lance back at second. Brings the heat. Low and outside. Again, hops away from Teska. And down to third goes C.J. Gesk.
Another passed ball, and it really just looks like right now that Marishko's having a hard time focusing solely on that batter. He's really worried about the runner, and with 2 outs, just go with the guy at the plate.
Next pitch to Chambers, and therefore a strike. Even us up at 1-1. Mustangs will take all the runs they can get at this juncture of the game, up 3-0. Never know what the later innings have in store. And this ball grounded to short. There is Jacob Smith. Throw over to first to Zach O'Brien. Retired Chambers 6-3 for the final out of the innings. The Mustangs strand 1, still lead 3-0 over Greensburg-Salem after 3 from the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Visit Sea Harbor Chevy East and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMS or well-qualified individuals, 24 months, 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash credit equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231 or visit SeaHarborChevyEast.com.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
Back here at Tom Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, Zach Harley, Brian Morozak along with you, getting you ready for inning number 4 between Greensburg-Salem and Laurel Highlands, where we see the Mustangs lead the Golden Lions 3-0, starting at the top of the 4th. And leading off for the Golden Lions is pitcher Braden Marishko, as Joe Chambers will go back to the mound for his 4th inning of work for the Mustangs.
Marishko, Kruth, and Coffee for Greensburg-Salem.
Marishko grounded out to second last time at bat as he fouls the first pitch off behind him. Count 0-1.
They've had their opportunities in this game. We mentioned they've stranded 4 runners already through 3 innings. Just haven't been able to get those timely hits so far this afternoon.
Now they've had guys around the bases a couple times on first and second, and the first and third, but couldn't get anything done. We'll see what the 4th inning has as Chambers throws one by him for strike number 2.
Chambers has struck out 4 so far in this game.
Looking for 5 here as he has Marishko down 0-2 to start the 4th inning here. Appreciate you joining us on this Monday. The 0-2 pitch, a little low for ball 1.
Mentioned this game kind of interrupted your sleep a little bit, Zach. Of course, you'll be back bright and early on the air, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Get home, take a little nap, wake up, call some baseball. Not a bad start to the week.
Yep. Take a little nap and then back at WMBS in a couple hours.
It's no longer called sleep. It's just a nap. So we have a swinging strike 3. And it would be a drop third strike, so they have to throw it down to first base to complete the strikeout, which they do, so 1 away for the Golden Lions here.
And we've seen 3 of those so far in this game. 2 of the 3, they've recorded the out. The one from Sarsfield back in the 3rd inning, they could not record the out.
Yeah, both Marishko and Chambers giving their catchers problems back there, especially on 2-strike counts. So, ball could be moving a little bit more than the catchers are used to, which that's not a bad thing, as Chambers delivers ball 1 to Colin Kruth, who struck out looking last time up in the 2nd.
Mentioned Chambers came in, 10 strikeouts to 5 walks. Already rung up 5, walked just 1 so far in this game, and also hit Jacob Smith back in the 1st inning.
The 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2.
Again, Chambers, this is his 5th appearance, had worked only 7 2/3 innings. You have to wonder here as we get into the middle innings, how long can Chambers go in this game? The pitch count's been good so far, but you just wonder what his stamina will be like the rest of the way.
Pitch a little high, just a little bit. So they're going to call that ball 3. 3-0 count on Kruth. And, yeah, Chambers comes in with only 7 innings going into his 4th inning of work here. Maybe he is a guy to kind of help this rotation get some rest as we hit the stretch run. And ball 4 inside, so Colin Kruth on strike. Oh, okay. All right. I think a couple people thought it was a ball. Must have caught the inside corner.
And you get those delayed calls at times from the high school home plate umpires.
So the 3-1 now. And that's going to be strike 2. So all of a sudden, Kruth goes up 3-0 in the counts and now runs it full.
You thought he had ball 4. Now we're sitting at 3-2.
And let's see if he can not think about that anymore and just focus in on the pitch. As Chambers delivers. Swung on, hit to right field. Will it get down? Diving catch.
He got it.
And he caught it.
Jace Hampy out there and right. Great grab.
Makes his way towards the right foul line. Dives and makes the catch. Beautiful play by Hampy to secure the second out of the inning.
He's done a nice job out there all season long out in right field and really robbed Kruth of a possible extra base hit there if that one gets by. So now 2 up, 2 down here in the top half of the 4th. Laurel Highlands still on top 3-0.
Demoralizing feeling. Kruth thinks he has a walk. Now all of a sudden he sends one to right and he hit it pretty well, but better play by Jace Hampy to haul it in.
I don't think the Greensburg-Salem coaching staff liked that call. The home plate umpire was over there talking to the Greensburg-Salem dugout for a while as well after that grab from Hampy.
Chambers delivers strike 1 to Caden Coffey. Coffey 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to third base in the second inning. 0-1. And down in the dirt, but Coffey swung at it, so 0-2 the count. That ball just dove right down, right behind the plate, and he swung at it. Here's the 0-2. Swing. And he gets tagged on the drop third strike. So Greensburg goes 1-2-3 to start the 4th inning. On to the bottom we go as the Mustangs lead 3-0 on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
This is Gary Sisson from Sisson Pre-Owned. If you're looking for a great used car at a great price, give us a call at 724-438-2819 or visit us on the web at sissonpreowned.com. During these trying times, we are doing everything 100% online, from financing to virtual walkarounds and home delivery. Visit us on the web at sissonpreowned.com or give us a call, 724-438-2819.
Mom Maruka's Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mom Maruka's is family-owned and operated where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu.
Spring forward to home construction season. First Federal of Greene County's variety of construction and improvement loans puts you in charge of your dream home project. First Federal gives you all of the tools you need with construction loans, owner-builder loans, FHA Title I improvement loans, and home equity loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Back at Tom Landman Field as Carson D'amico leads off for the Mustangs and flies out to center for out number 1 at the bottom of the 4th. Zach Harley, Brian Morozak along with you here. Laurel Highlands up 3-0 over Greensburg-Salem as we lead into the second half of this ball game.
Second baseman.
That didn't take long there. D'Amico first pitch swinging, and as you said, a well-hit ball out to center, and Sarsfield another nice catch. That's 3 putouts that Sarsfield's had out there in center.
So now Ty Senkovich makes his way to the plate, the 8-hitter. Playing second base today, he had an RBI single in the second and later scored a run himself.
The one thing that makes this Laurel Highlands lineup so strong, there's no drop-off whatsoever among hitters 7, 8, and 9. You have D'Amico at 474, Sankovic at 346, and Hampy at 333. In fact, all 9 guys in the lineup today batting at least 261.
There's a ball fouled away, so 1-2 the count to Sankovic.
In most lineups, you see a guy right around 200 or under 200, especially in the high school game. And to have everybody in your lineup batting at least 261 says a lot for this program.
Yeah, there's something in the water around here. A bunch of guys hitting 400 as Sankovic takes a ball outside. It's very rare to see.
This Laurel Highlands athletic program on a whole really has taken some strides last couple of years, especially the success both the baseball and basketball team have had.
Pitch is drove into right field. Hampy comes up with it, but not before it can find the grass for a single for Sankovic.
Garrett Cribbs out there.
Cribbs made his way out there, excuse me. So Sankovic gets his second hit of the day, first of the 4th inning for the Mustangs, and now he sits at first with 1 away, and Hampy up to the plate.
Hampy sac fly RBI last time up, one of those outs recorded by Sarsfield out there in center. Hampy came in with a 333 average.
Marshko sets and fires. No action at first, and a strike called. So it looked like a breaking ball to Hampy.
Sac fly RBI, his first RBI of the season back in the 2nd inning. That's hard to believe. He's had some timely hits so far this year.
Marshko steps off. Steps back on. Looks in toward the plate. Sankovic takes a decent lead over at first base. Hampy, left-handed hitter, and the pitch. Little inside, ball 1.
If you're watching the game, feel free to check in on our Facebook live stream. Bobby Ruggieri saying go Mustangs today. Always one of our top fans on both WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Nice lead by Sankovic. Here's the pitch. Weak ground ball to first. It'll be taken by Zach O'Brien, and he'll just step on the bag for out number 2.
Goes in the books, 3 unassisted, and brings up Caden Early in the top of the order.
Early, 1 for 2 on the day. He had a single in the 2nd.
Mustangs starting their 3rd trip through the lineup here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Up tying his shoe. Now we're ready to roll here. So Sankovic makes his way over to second base. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Laurel Highlands still leading 3-0, and we go to the top of the order for Caden Early. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle for strike 1.
And our WMBS video stream sponsors this afternoon, Mamaruka's Pizza Shop and Stewart Collision on the South Union Township Sports Network, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, SWGI, Uniontown, Zebley, Mahalovan White, and UPMC Centers for Rehab Services.
And a big swing by Early, fouled off left side, a little too far out of play. So Early will catch a break, and we'll go to 0-2 here with 2 down.
You been to Mamaruka's yet, Zach?
I have not.
That's a good
not
stop
had
for
the
him.
Opportunity.
That's another favorite of Nick Barczyk's. It's right in his neighborhood where he lives. He can just walk home.
Well, I think
after going over there for a couple hours.
Nick knows what he's talking about,
yes.
So I might have to listen to him.
Right over on Barton Mill Road. Go see Eric and the Sampson family over there at Mamaruka's Pizza Shop. Have to thank them. And again, Stewart Collision for sponsoring the WMBS video stream here today.
The 0-2 to Early, a little outside. Breaking ball didn't break in time, so 1-2 the count to Caden Early, the Mustang center fielder.
Need to start teaching you about all the local hot spots around town.
I'm getting there now that the weather's getting a little nicer. I'll make my way out. When it was 10 degrees and windy, I really didn't want to leave my house.
I hear you.
Ball 2 to Early there. Sankovic still hanging out at second.
You told me you were getting the grill fired up this past weekend. How'd that go?
Did. I cooked some burgers, made some wings. We did it all up. Made some chicken sandwiches last night.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Getting my money's worth out of that. Ball hit to the shortstop. Easy play. Rush the throw. Good pick there by Zach O'Brien to dig it out of the dirt, and that will end it as it'll go down a 6-3 ground out for Caden Early. So after 4, Laurel Highlands still leads Greensburg-Salem 3-0 on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply while supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call a dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Moving down the top of the fifth inning, still 3-0 Laurel Highlands over Greensburg-Salem. Mustangs getting all three of their runs back in the bottom of the second inning. Greensburg-Salem will have hitters 8, 9, and 1 up here in the top of the fifth. Zach O'Brien, Robbie Sigenfuss, and Dylan Sarsfield. So far, unofficially, Joe Chambers, 63 pitches through 4 innings. Braden Marishko, 81 pitches through 4 innings. We'll see how far both Chambers and Marishko go in this game. Again, they're capped at 100 for the game, so Marishko's time in this one might be short-lived as Chambers misses on the first delivery there to Zach O'Brien, 1-0.
Yeah, Chambers got the good luck of a lot of early swings early on in this game to keep that pitch count down low. Last inning, got a couple full counts there, but it's been a lot of 2-pitch, 3-pitch counts today.
Count now 1-1 on the 1-1 pitch breaking ball, and that one nubbed, just foul. Moves the count to 1-2. And these two teams meet again tomorrow, 4 o'clock. We'll have the game for you both here on WMBS and on the South Union Township Sports Network, and also on the Triple I High School Sports Network as well. Mustangs playing 4 games this week, 2 conference games. We'll have a non-conference game here at home against Brownsville on Thursday. We'll have that game for you in the South Union Township Sports Network only, and then be back on both WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network on Friday night for Laurel Highlands at Greater Latrobe. And there's the punch out there from Joe Chambers. Brought that fastball right down the middle, striking out Zach O'Brien. And Chambers moving right along right now. Retired Tudich and Teska to end the third. Marichko, Kruth, and Coffey in order in the fourth. And now O'Brien here to start the fifth.
Yeah, beautiful pitch to O'Brien there from Chambers. Challenged him with a fastball. Got him looking. I think O'Brien was cheating off speed there, and it's one away from a nice heater.
7 strikeouts now for Joe Chambers. And first pitch swinging there, Robbie Sigenfuss nearly hit Dylan Sarsfield, who was in the on-deck circle with a big-time chopper. And Sarsfield had to do a little Texas two-step there to get out of the way of it.
And Greensburg-Salem on the third base side. Sigenfuss, a right-handed hitter. You got to be pretty early to threaten the guy on deck from the third base dugout.
He almost got him. That would have hurt, too.
It was going to tickle.
It was moving. 0-1 now on the way, and that pitch low and outside. Evens things up at 1-1. Sigenfuss grounded out 5-3 first time up. Came in with a .250 average. DH here today. Batting for the right fielder, Garrett Cribbs.
Pitch number 70 on its way for Chambers.
And the 1-1 breaking ball. Nice pitch there. Had a ton of movement in there for strike 2. The catcher throw. A little wide there of Joe, but after a great pitch, I think Joe was just celebrating.
Yeah, that was a that was the most movement we've seen out of a pitch from either batter or either pitcher today.
Yeah, tough to make the ball do that. Now the 1-2 on the way, another breaking ball, and that one just foul down the first base line. Count remains at 1-2. Again, Brian Morozak, Zach Harley, Jerry Dupay behind the camera. Larry Kumar helping us out with our scoreboard on our Facebook Live feed here today. And Nick Barnchek back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. Back from Florida, doing a great job pushing all the buttons this afternoon.
Well done. Well done. Welcome back.
Now 1-2. Joe Chambers to Robbie Sigenfuss. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 8. He's mowed down 3 straight in 5 of his last 6 batters that he's faced.
The guy normally doesn't catch his groove on pitch 67, but, 2 Ks this far this inning. He had a K last inning. He had a K in the 3rd. He's getting hot.
Yeah, 8 for the game. Now top of the order, Dylan Sarsfield. Single to right field first time up, struck out second time up, but got down to first as the catcher Alex McLean lost the ball. And first pitch swinging here, sends it on a line into center field. Caden early makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning, so 3 up, 3 down. Still 3-0 Laurel Highlands over Greensburg-Salem heading to the bottom of the 5th here on the C. Harper Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 tax-free equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is for tax title fees and first payment. Residence fee restrictions apply while supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the candidate.
Back here at Landman Field, bottom of the 5th inning here. Laurel Highlands up 3-0. First pitch swinging, sending it back foul. Braden McKnight. It's McKnight, Kumar, and McLean. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Uniontown, by the way, now up 5-1 over West Mifflin. That game in the top of the 5th. Down at West Mifflin, so nice to see 2 Fayette County teams doing well this afternoon. Ground ball here to second. Coffey is there. Throw to first to O'Brien to retire McKnight 4-3 for the first out of this bottom half of the 5th.
And that's exactly what Marishko wants right there. Just 2 pitches, already getting an out to start this bottom of the 5th inning here. He needs to go quick. He's at 83 pitches right now, so if he wants to go one more inning, he's going to have to go through this bottom half pretty efficiently.
There's 17 pitches left to work with, now facing Nick Kumar. There's a rare 0 for 2 today. Nick certainly due, and a little one-hopper on the first pitch there. Pitch number 84 from Marishko to Kumar. Misses for ball 1. This is the most that Marishko's worked in a single game this year as well. Came in 3 appearances for 6 1/3 innings. Already working into the bottom of the 5th here against Laurel Highlands. They count 2-0 now against Nick Kumar. A 2-0 pitch. And Nick, a little chopper here on the left side. Gloved down by Colin Kruth, who makes the throw over to Zach O'Brien to retire Kumar 5-3 for the second out of the inning. So Marishko's gotten into the groove as well. He's retired 4 straight. Now Alex McLean coming to the plate.
Good pick over there at third by Kruth. It was kind of a weird hop that he took right before it got in his glove, but he regrouped, he set himself, didn't rush the throw, got it over to first base in time. Good play over there in the hot corner.
And Marishko has only yielded 3 hits in this game. The Mustangs do have 3 runs, but only 3 hits so far. Greensburg-Salem on the other side. They have only 1 hit against Joe Chambers, and that was Dylan Sarsfield's leadoff single in the first inning.
Whoa.
So you've had some walks and hit by pitch numbers in there, but both of these guys have only given up 4 hits between the 2 of them. This might be the 3rd out of the inning. Pop up here to short and making the grab, Jacob Smith for the 3rd out of the inning. So 1-2-3. Bottom half of the 5th, still 3-0. Laurel Highlands over Greensburg-Salem after 5 here on the C. Harper Group High School Sports Day.
Casey Sports Cafe, owned by the Vernon family, is located on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Casey's has reopened for dine-in services with new hours, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Meals are home-cooked and range from a variety of steaks, chicken and veal parmesan, liver and onions, along with appetizers, salads, wings, and sandwiches. Casey's offers free delivery in the Uniontown area with purchases of $10 or more. Phone 724-550-4126 for Casey Sports Cafe.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Democrats and Republicans vote for experience. Re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor. Kurt will continue to vote no to increase your taxes in North Union. He'll continue to secure funding to improve infrastructure, continue developing and improving recreation areas, and expanding the sheepskin trail. Kurt Matthews will continue to work as a team with his fellow supervisors and for all residents of North Union Township, Democrat or Republican. Vote for Curtis Matthews, the most qualified, experienced, and dedicated candidate.
Paid for by the Friends to re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School as we start the sixth inning between Greensburg-Salem and Laurel Highlands. Mustangs lead the Golden Lions 3-0 as we start the top of the sixth. Jacob Smith, the shortstop, will bat for the Golden Lions, and strike one right down the middle from the arm of Joe Chambers, who is throwing a one-hitter so far today. A couple strikeouts thrown in there, pitching very well. This is the longest in a game he's gone as ball one gets called there to the shortstop.
And one defensive change for Laurel Highlands as well. Braden O'Brien now playing first base in place of Zach Koffler, and O'Brien will lead off the bottom half of the sixth as well for the Mustangs.
The 1-1. It's grounded to second by Smith. Pulled in by Sankovic and tossed over to O'Brien, so out number one there.
A quick out recorded, and Chambers came into this inning just 63 pitches.
Number 4. Owens.
He certainly has a little leash on him, depending on how far and how long the Mustangs want to keep him out there. You mentioned the strikeouts. I have Chambers now, let me count these up one more time, with 8 strikeouts so far in this game for Laurel Highlands.
Impressive as first pitch to Owen Tucic is grounded to first base. So O'Brien, two batters and 2 plays for the newly inserted first baseman, and quick 2 outs for Joe Chambers to start the sixth inning.
And welcome to the game, Braden O'Brien, and showing he is a pretty good glove down there at first as well. So 2 up, 2 down. Laurel Highlands still on top, 3-0, and Hayden Teska coming to the plate.
The catcher for the Golden Lions, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging, as ball number 1 is delivered to the catcher. And the 1-0 on the way. It's hit hard to second base. Nice diving play to stop it by Sankovic from his bottom. Throws it to O'Brien, but O'Brien couldn't pick it cleanly, so good hustle by Teska to beat it out, and I'd roll that in infield single.
I agree. Have to give him an infield single. That was a tough play for Sankovic and almost made it from the seat of his pants. Throw over to first, and O'Brien just could not come up with it after that ball was in the dirt a little bit, but Sankovic did everything he could to try to move off to his right and get that ground ball from Teska. Now, Greensburg-Salem in business, a runner on, but 2 outs here in the top of the sixth, down 3-0.
Braden Marishko to the plate for the Golden Lions as he takes ball 1 up and in. Braden Marishko on the day, 0 for 2. He has a strikeout, and he grounded out to second base. So ball 1 to the opposing pitcher. Pitcher's duel on display on a beautiful Monday afternoon here between Joe Chambers and Braden Barishko as he fouls one off behind him to even the count at 1 apiece.
Garrett Cribbs is loosening in the Greensburg-Salem bullpen right now, number 9, the senior.
So Cribbs was originally their right fielder.
Correct.
He got a throw over to first on Teska, and Maybe he'll move over into the pitcher spot, so we'll see what happens to Braden Marishko when we come back out for the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch, a little high to Marishko, so the count moves to 2-1.
I think I'd still stick with Marishko until he hits that 100-pitch count or gets in any kind of trouble.
I mean, I'd go with him. He's only given up 3 hits. Errors aren't his fault. 2-1. Fouled off over the press box on the right side of the field, so count moves to 2-2 now. 2 down, top of the 6th. Greensburg-Salem trails Laurel Highlands 3-0 here. Zach Harley, Brian Morozak along with you. Appreciate you tuning in. Joe Chambers on the mound right now, battling with Braden Marishko, the opposing arm for the day. The 2-2, and now he steps off.
Really warmed up today. We had some frost early on this morning. Now temperatures into the 70s, and we'll see the 80s tomorrow afternoon when these two teams get together in Westmoreland County.
And the pitch swung on and fouled off to the left side, so we'll do it again at 2-2.
Now the Mustangs will have their ace Nick Kumar on the mound tomorrow. He struck out 15 here at Landman Field a week ago Monday against Bell Vernon. Really, he's done a nice job. Heading to Marietta College next year.
That's just a guy doing whatever he wants to do on the mound when UK 15. The 2-2. Fouled off again. Good battle brewing between Marishko and Chambers here.
His dad, sitting off to your left, was a pretty good player back in his day as well, Larry Kumar.
That's what I've heard. It's a little too humble to let me in on the secrets, though.
Larry told me he actually played with Terry Mulholland.
All right. Get behind that. The 2-2 again to Marishko. Ball 3 taking. Good eye as very enticing pitch to take as it was just low, just below the knees there, but good eye from Marishko, who probably has a better understanding of the strike zone than most batters today. So the count runs full, 3-2, 2 down. Runner on first will be moving. That's Hayden Teska, and on cue, Chambers throws over to make sure he doesn't leave too early. Chambers working with his catcher, trying to figure out what he wants to throw next. He agrees, he sets, he fires. The 3-2. And it's popped foul again, so we'll do it again. Braden Marishko, still full count. 2 down.
Actually, the first time, Zach, hard to believe. I know it won't be as hard to believe for you, but it's been 7 years since Laurel Highlands and Greensburg-Salem have been in the same conference. Been since 2014. Mustangs swept the season series that year, winning by scores of 14-11 and 10-1.
Well, if we're going to get pitchers' duels like this, I need more of it. As a check swing, he did not go, and ball 4 is called. So after a long at-bat, Braden Marishko wins, and he will take first base on the walk. Hayden Teska moves to second base, and now Joe Chambers has to face Colin Kruth, who is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a line out to right field.
Just like that, you have the game-tying run at the plate. That's what Kruth represents right now, with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
That's what happens. You hold them under 3 for the majority of a game. You're going to get your chances. You're going to get your opportunities to score your runs here. And now on cue, manager coming out. Scott DeBerry.
A little meeting here as Scott DeBerry comes out, bringing the whole infield in. Greensburg-Salem has stranded 4 in this game, 2 in the first, 2 in the third. They were retired in order, 1, 2, 3 in both the 4th and the 5th inning. Then you had the infield single from Teska and the walk for Marishko, giving the Golden Lions a little life here in the top half of the 6th, with Laurel Highlands leading 3-0. Again, our live video stream sponsors on WMBS today, Mamaruka's Pizza Shop and Stewart Collision on the South Union Township Sports Network, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialists, SWGI in Uniontown, Zeppelin, O'Halloran White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys, and UPMC's Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive, Jim Burns, Director. So here we go, Zach. Chambers to Kruth.
The 1-0, it's hit down the middle and fielded easily by the second baseman, Ty Stankovic. He steps on second, and that ends the threat. So after 5.5, the score, Laurel Highlands 3, Greensburg-Salem nothing. You're listening to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Visit C. Harper Chevy East and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMS or well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash trade equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231 or visit CHarperChevyEast.com.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Back here at Tom Landman Field, Laurel Highlands leading Greensburg-Salem 3-0 as we move into the bottom of the 6th inning here. Pitching change for the Golden Lions is Garrett Cribbs. He was in right field. He'll come in to pitch for Greensburg-Salem, ending Braden Marishko's day, which was a pretty good day. He got out on 88 pitches, and let's count them up real quick. He allowed 3 hits and struck out 3. So good outing for Braden Marishko, going the furthest in the game he's gone all year, Brian.
Of course, all 3 of those runs were given up in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Garrett Cribbs, the new pitcher, this will be his 5th appearance of the season, has not factored in any decisions yet this year, has worked as an ERA of 3.23, has worked 8 2/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, struck out 8, walked 13, and has faced 45 batters so far this season.
So we'll see what a new look at an arm does for this Laurel Highlands offense, which will lead off with
first baseman,
number 22, Braden O'Brien, who came in for Zach Koffler at first base at the start of the top of the inning here. So O'Brien will get his first at-bats of the afternoon.
Batting .300 on the season with 3 RBIs. O'Brien, only a sophomore for the Mustangs, but getting an opportunity here with Laurel Highlands on top 3-0. The Golden Lions also made a change in right field. Matt Caboli now out in right. Of course, you had Cribbs, who was playing right field, so Caboli now on for Cribbs and right with Cribbs on the mound.
And first pitch was a strike. All right. I won't argue anything. It was a strike. Thought it was a little inside, though. 0-1 the count from Cribbs to O'Brien. Here's the pitch. A little high, evens it up at 1-1.
We've seen these younger Mustangs, when they've gotten an opportunity in games like O'Brien's gotten right here, they've been productive, and we'll see if O'Brien's able to come through with a big hit here to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. Laurel Highlands on top 3-0.
The 1-1 from Cribbs in the dirt, so count goes to 2-1. And just like that, Braden O'Brien's first at-bat of the day starts with a favorable count.
And so Brian, Chambers, and D'Amico in this bottom of the 6th for the Mustangs.
Ball 3 as he goes a little low again. So now O'Brien in a good hitter's count here, 3-1, as Cribbs has been a little bit of trouble against his first batter of the day. The 3-1, perfect pitch, right letter high, so the count will run full. 3-2.
You're O'Brien, you get a hit here, you might find yourself in the starting lineup tomorrow.
That's
the way
how
it goes.
That's how it works. Hot hand always moves on. The 3-2. O'Brien puts it Swing on it. Is it going to drop? No. Good job tracking it down by Dylan Sarsfield out in center field. Robs O'Brien of a base hit. So one down here to start the bottom of the sixth.
And Sarsfield's now recorded 4 outs out there in center field. I don't think any of them have been easy plays.
No, he's had to cover a lot of ground today, and he's done a really good job tracking down balls. His routes have been very, very crisp. I like what I see out of him in center today. The 0-0 to Joe Chambers, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Or 0 for 1, excuse me. He walked and later scored, and then he grounded out to short in the third inning. Here's the pitch, a little inside to Chambers.
Be 2-0, I believe, now to Chambers.
So Chambers, he's batting. Must mean he's coming out to finish this thing?
Well, you never know. I think he'd stay in the lineup regardless.
And
they'd probably find a spot for him.
Strike one called. So the count runs to 2-1 now.
I don't see any activity, though, in the Mustang bullpen.
Hey, you only got one more inning to go. You're up 3. Let him finish it. Got to get through this at bat, though. Cribbs, the 2-1 fouled off. Evens up again at 2-2.
As you said, with 4 games this week, albeit the only other game that really matters as far as the conference standings go is tomorrow's game against Greensburg-Salem. You still have pitchers you need to use, and if you can get a complete game to start the week, certainly bodes well for the rest of your week.
Yeah, save your pen. 2-2. Caught him looking. Strike 3. Bottom outside corner. Beautiful pitch by Garrett Cribbs for the second out of the inning. Spotted it beautifully. Chambers thought it was a little outside, maybe a little low. It was neither of either of those. And 2 down now as Carson D'amico steps to the plate. And strike 1 is delivered by Garrett Cribbs. D'amico comes to the plate 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the second, later scored, and then he flew out to center field in the fourth. The pitch, it bounces. Good block by the catcher, Teska. So 1-1 the count now. Cribbs trying to go 1-2-3. Something that his teammate Marishko only did one time. Cribbs the pitch, driven to second base. It's stopped by the second baseman Coffey, but he can't come up with it, so it's going to be a base knock for Carson D'amico, his first of the day, and the first base runner for the Mustangs in this 6th inning. As there's 2 down, and now Ty Sankovic makes his way to the plate, 2 for 2 on the day. He had an RBI single in the second, and then he had another single in the fourth.
Hey, Coffey did a nice job just to knock it down. Not much he could do with that. Now D'Amico aboard, and Sankovic at the plate. Mustangs looking for a little insurance here, up 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
And the pitch fouled back by Sankovic. D'Amico not taking a big lead over there at first base. Cribbs didn't really look at him.
Other pitching options the Mustangs might have later on this week include Alex McLean, who pitched well this past Thursday in a 2-1 non-conference win over Cannon Mac. You might see McLean either Thursday or Friday against Brownsville.
The 0-1.
Or Greater Latrobe.
Little outside, 2-0 count. Or 1-1, excuse me.
And, of course, the Mustangs might have to go to him tomorrow. You never know. You hope to get a complete game out of Nick Kumar.
That would be ideal. The 1-1. Ball in there, so count now goes to 1-2 on Ty Sankovic.
If that Uniontown West Mifflin score holds up, certainly helps Laurel Highlands as well. West Mifflin came in with only 1 loss in the conference. That would keep Uniontown alive for a playoff spot as well, as they'd improve to 3-4.
And the pitch swung and chased upstairs, swung through it till Ty Sankovic strikes out swinging, and that's going to wrap up the 6th inning, stranding Carson D'Amico at first. We go to the 7th. Laurel Highlands trying to wrap this one up 3-0 on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Democrats and Republicans vote for experience. Re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor. Kurt will continue to vote no to increase your taxes in North Union. He'll continue to secure funding to improve infrastructure, continue developing and improving recreation areas, and expanding the sheepskin trail. Kurt Matthews will continue to work as a team with his fellow supervisors and for all residents of North Union Township, Democrat or Republican. Vote for Curtis Matthews, the most qualified, experienced, and dedicated candidate.
Paid for by the Friends to re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
New pitcher for Laurel Highlands to start this top half of the seventh, Carson Broadwater on the relief of Joe Chambers. Carson actually got the start for Laurel Highlands this past Tuesday on the road at Bell Vernon, so Broadwater trying to close this one off for Laurel Highlands as the Mustangs try to hang on for a 3-0 win and improve to 7-3 overall and 5-2 in the conference. Laurel Highlands hangs on. It'll really put a knock to Greensburg-Salem's playoff chances as the Golden Lions would drop to 2-9 overall and 2-7 in the conference with only 3 conference games left. Broadwater's first pitch missing a little high there to Caden Coffey. It's Caden Coffey, Zach O'Brien, and Robbie Sigenfus. Hitters 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Golden Lions here in the top half of the 7th inning. Next pitch on the way, again missing outside, 2-0.
And good day for Joe Chambers on the mound for the Mustangs. Goes 6 strong, 90 pitches, gives up 3 hits, Ks 8. It's exactly what you want out of your starter.
This one popped up in foul territory. Mustangs won't have a play on it. Count moves to 2-1. This Greensburg-Salem program, they've had a nice playoff history over the last couple of years. Lost in the first round after a 14-2 regular season. Were upset against Newcastle back in 2019, 1-0. Back in 2018, made it to the WPIL semifinals. Lost there to Ringgold and lost the PIAA play-in game to Hopewell. We're also in the postseason, losing to Newcastle in 2017 as well. That pitch in there for a strike. Now 2-2. The counts from Carson Broadwater to Caden Coffey. This will be the first time since 2016 when the Golden Lions went 8-9 that they'll miss out on the postseason. 2-2 pitch here. Again, Coffey stays alive, fouling it off. Junior second baseman, 0 for 2 today. Came in with just a 150 average, but again, as we play more games, I think you're going to see some of those guys like Coffey and O'Brien that are below 200 right now bump those averages up a little bit so they get some more game action in. 2-2 on the way, right down the middle for strike 3. So Zach Broadwater comes in, gets a quick strikeout, just what the doctor ordered for Laurel Highlands. One away here in the top of the 7th.
Takes over right where Joe Chambers left off. Another strikeout. That's 9 on the day for Golden Lions batters. And there's only been 20-something of them. That's you're striking out half the guys you're facing. That's not a bad number.
First pitch swinging here. Tough play from McKnight over a third, but he makes it over to O'Brien for the second out of the inning. And that was a shallow ground ball there where you had McKnight have to come charging down the third base line, able to field it over to O'Brien for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, and the Golden Lions down to their final out, and Robbie Sigenfus.
Beautiful play by McKnight. Knew he had to get to it, knew he had to get rid of it quick. Did both of those things. Now 1 out away from a W.
And the first pitch right down the pipe there to Sigenfus for strike 1. Sigenfus 5-3 ground out in the 3rd inning. Struck out swinging in the 5th inning. Carson Broadwater trying to make this a real quick top half of the 7th, and that one sent just foul down the third base line. So Robbie Sigenfus now behind 0-2 of the Mustangs. A strike away from improving to 5-2 in conference play and 7-3 overall. Broadwater's 0-2 to Sigenfuss, and this one again sent foul off the fence in front of the Greensburg-Salem dugout.
Sigenfuss going to do everything he can to put this one in play and give you guys at least 1 to 2 more batters here. Keep this thing going.
Here we go again, 0-2, Broadwater to Sigenfuss. Breaking ball, again shot foul on the left side.
Got fooled, stayed in, and just got a piece of it to foul it off. Caught him a little out front, but stayed back enough to lift for another pitch.
Here we go again, 0-2, Broadwater to Sigenfuss. Carson from the stretch. Another breaking ball, swing and a miss. Hopped away there from McLean. Has to make the throw down. Does so to Braden O'Brien. And that will do it. The Golden Lions retired 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th. Laurel Highlands with a 3-0 win. We're back to tell you all about it right after this here on WMBS, the Triple I High School Sports Network and the South Union Township Sports Network.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in. And you'll see there's a whole new Ford for you and me.
So why not drive a Ford again? With a lineup of new products leading the way, like the all-new Bronco and Bronco Sport. The standard class-leading technology, like pre-collision assist, blind spot monitoring, and lane keeping assist in 4 different models. And class-leading ground clearance over any of our competitors. The auto industry is changing daily. New and pre-owned inventory is at an all-time low. That means your trade-in is worth more than ever. And if you're looking to sell your car or truck, we may be able to help. Come in and see the complete line of trucks, SUVs, and Mustangs at Ford of Uniontown, a 5-time President Award-winning dealer. Top of the hill across from Applebee's. 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
I'm attorney Bill Martin of Radcliffe Law, and I've handled all sorts of workplace accident cases over the past 10 years. When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work, but you may not be physically ready to return. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call our workers' compensation team at Radcliffe Law at 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you and answer your questions at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Brian Rozak, Zach Harley back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs a 3-0 win here today over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. The Uniontown Red Raiders down in West Mifflin trying to hang on this evening as well. They led West Mifflin 6-1 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. That game now 6-5 with West Mifflin still threatening. So Uniontown trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, and West Mifflin looking for a come-from-behind win. If we have another update before we go off the air, we'll pass it along to you. But Laurel Highlands, only a half an inning where any runs were scored in this game, Zach. That was the bottom of the 2nd. Mustangs played at 3, and they stand up as they win at 3-0.
Yeah, not a lot of offense in this one. Good pitching out of both starters today. Joe Chambers gives up 2 hits, K's 8 for Laurel Highlands. But, Braden Marishko, he gave up those runs. I don't know if any of them were earned. He had a nice day on the mound, too. He went deep into the game for Greensburg-Salem. Just, again, 2 pitchers overmatched. There was 1 inning of errors, and that was really the difference.
So Laurel Highlands a 3-0 win here over Greensburg-Salem. Mustangs improved to 7-3 overall, 5-2 in conference play. Greensburg-Salem drops to 2-9 overall, 2-7 in the conference. And we're back with a final word from Landman Field right after this here on WMBS, the Triple I High School Sports Network and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the
Visit
Kansas.
C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is for tax, title fees, and first payments. Residence fee restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
Wrapping things up here from Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, the Mustangs a 3-0 win over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. Again, these two teams will meet down in Greensburg tomorrow. We'll have the game for you. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show on the air at 3:55 with the first pitch set for 4 o'clock. Zach, I enjoyed it this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a good one. I love pitchers' duels. I know some people have their feelings about them, but when one team has 2 hits and another team has 4 hits, and we get to enjoy it on a nice, beautiful Monday, I mean, I can't ask for much more.
Should have good weather tomorrow as well. Tony Hanoa would join me for that one. And the folks on WMBS, Zach, they can tune in and hear you again, 6 a.m. on tomorrow morning, actually. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
early.
if you're up early enough to listen to me, I'm sorry about that, but maybe I can play some good tunes along the way.
We'll have more news and information for you as well. 6 a.m. tomorrow. Zach Harley on there. Also be on the South Union Township Sports Network for Thursday's Laurel Highlands Brownsville game here at Landman Field. That'll wrap it up for us. 3-0 your final score. Laurel Highlands over Greensburg-Salem. For Zach Harley, Jerry Dupay, Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. This is Brian Morozak. Have yourselves a pleasant good evening. So long, everybody, from Landman Field.
You've been listening to high school baseball here on WMBS on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, which has been brought to you by Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, the Uniontown Hospital.
You ready to do your close? Back here one final time on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs a 3-0 win over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. Today's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith and his staff. Our live video stream on the South Union Township Sports Network brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group in Uniontown and agent David Hughes, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialist, SWGI in Uniontown, Zebly Mahalav and White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys, and UPMC Centers for Rehab Services in Uniontown on Wayland Smith Drive, Jim Burns, Director. Again, for Zach Harley and Jerry Dupay, this is Brian Morozak. Your final score, Laurel Highlands 3 and Greensburg-Salem 0. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.